Yo, what's up? What's up? Rom Wills back at you with yet another car video. Let's see. On my podcast today, I said personality matters. I'm going to take it a step further. Social class matters. Social class matters. And those who follow me on Instagram know this past Saturday, I was at Our Kind of People affair. You know, for those who don't know, more black upper class type of affair. And you're probably like, Rom, you? Hey, one, I'm way more educated than people realize, and you only see like 10 minutes of my life. Y'all be surprised what I do. I don't even show y'all where I live now. Nah, I got just multiple aspects. So I'm that type. I can hang out on the street corner, shoot the breeze, you know, drink some malt liquor or whatever kids are drinking, and then be up at that highfalutin affair where you have to give your first and last name and tell them where you went to school and, you know, give like 3 generations of family. Anyway, yeah, I was at that, and some things struck me. I was even joking with the elegant lady I escorted to the affair. I was like, man, I don't see no tattoos. I was like, man, I don't see no tattoos. I ain't see no weaves. You know, no visible ones anyway. I'm sure somebody in there had something, but this was one of those type of affairs. Shit, I had to shave my thug beard. I was like, man. But, you know, the thing I was thinking about, I was just peeping some things because, you know, in this space, you get people who feel like, you know, if you want an attractive woman, you gotta be Pookie or Ray Ray. And I'm looking at like the brothers in this joint. These are high post brothers, masters of the universe type. Shit. Yeah, dentist. I mean, I ain't talked with everybody. Probably had some attorneys. The guy had to probably had at least a couple. Well, no, we did have an attorney. At least one I talked to briefly. And, you know, dentists and doctors and stuff. For those of you who know about that world, you know how it go. And the women, I would say, well, let me stick on the guys real quick, because y'all know, apparently there's been some hoo-ha about, you know, whenever I talk about the body game. I'm going to get into that in a video tomorrow. Damn. Now, this deer got knocked out in the middle of the street. Damn. Man, they got more deer around here than people. But apparently there's always some hoo-ha whenever I do a body game video. But one thing that struck me with these brothers, they look like they got down in the weight room. The only one who looked just out of shape was an older brother. There's a couple older brothers, but other than that, these brothers look like they get down with you on the ball field and everything, clean cut and shit. If they had to thump with you, a lot of them look like they'll thump with you too. They'll throw hands with you too. You know, all clean cut and stuff, you know. And, you know, I guess so many guys feel like, well, I gotta have some tats. I gotta have a criminal record. It's some bullshit, man. Because the whole thing, it does come down to whatever your social class is. Even in the black community. Really all communities. Because you can see those same divisions in the white community. Probably the Hispanic and Asian community as well. You know, when people mate, and I always talk about this, when people mate, they mate along their social class. Like, if you look at the women, none of those women in there look like they would give, like, Pookie and Ray Ray the time of day. I would say the minimum a woman looked in there was like a 7. These were beautiful people, and they weren't even young women, necessarily young. I'd say the youngest looked to be maybe late 20s, the youngest in there. But you had women, shit, they probably in their 50s and 60s, maybe 70s in there. Shit. It was older women who started the line dance. They were stepping. I was like, go ahead, girl, get yours. You know, they get a little alcohol at them. You know, that bougie started to go away a little bit. But, no, I was just thinking about it. It's just a different thing because I think a lot of times guys, they talk from their corner of the world. In fact, I'm a approach something like that on on my deep thought channel, because sometimes people see their small corner of the world and they think that's it. You know, it's just like an ant in a backyard. They think that backyard is the world, but it's so much bigger. Like a lot of stuff I talk is because I've had that unique place where I've traveled between different worlds. You know, like I said, I'm way more formally educated than people realize. Some people have bothered to check my background, and they find that one thing. They like, let's not fuck with them. And then, went to Catholic school and everything. So even back then, I was partying with some Jack and Jill folks, and then still going to the go-go. But you start learning different things. You start learning, like, a lot of times when you're talking about something, it's a class thing. You know, you got cats out here talking about single mothers and all of that. And, you know, they complaining, or the women out of shape or something like that. And it was like, well, that tells me immediately what class you having access to. You know, that tells me immediately. Because, like, at that event I was at Saturday, any single mothers out there were either widowed or divorced. I seriously doubt anybody in there had just a child out of wedlock, and they went in there because this organization was pretty much invite, you got to recommend everything. As a women's organization, you understand, if you're dealing with that, at least the black upper class or upper middle class, whatever, the high post people, the boule people, you're dealing with them, shoot, a lot of it is you got to know somebody. You can't just walk up in there and say, oh yeah, let me join. Shit, you got to know somebody. You got to be recommended, male or female organizations. When you get at that level, you got to have something going on for you. You can't just look them up online or something. Hey, say, I'm going to join that organization. They'd be like, fuck no. Fuck no. Everything was protocol in there. I had to give them my whole name. I really did. Some people in that world, they know what I mean. Play a little bit of Negro geography. And if I got to explain that to you, you ain't in that world. So, but that thing matters, though. A lot of times, like, when people are trying to mate and they having trouble, they need to look at their whole social class. What class they in, who they got to deal with. You know? That's why sometimes, y'all know me. Y'all know I like to trigger people on that whole Pookie and Ray Ray thing. I'll be like, where y'all hanging that y'all competing with your Pookie and Ray Ray? I don't compete with Pookie and Ray Ray. Yeah, Ron can go thug, but I prefer to be like Ghost and walk away from that shit. You know? I don't prefer not to even deal with that shit. The shit crazy to me. It don't match my ambition. You know? But you get some guys, that's all they got to deal with, then they think they competing with that. If you are, like, you need to be, if your ass, I'll put it like this, if your ass ain't competing with a doctor and attorney, well, you need to work on some things. If you don't have that formal education, well, you better be entrepreneurial as hell. You better be entrepreneurial as hell and learn to get some good social graces. Because like I said, I go up and down. Don't ignore what I do on here, cursing and stuff. You know, part of this shit entertainment. But that's the thing. But it matters a whole lot. In fact, and a quote I've used several times. I've used that shit several times. Y'all know it. People who follow me a long time know it because they know I love this book by that brother George Sabiro and damn, I don't know why I can't. The role of money in black relationships, and I don't know why that I'm blank. I'm having senior moments. Money matters in black relationships. I forgot what the exact title is, but y'all know what I'm talking about. People who follow me a long time. I don't know why I'm blanking. Don't y'all hate when y'all blank on something that you talk about all the goddamn time, and then you like, oh wait a minute, what's that exact title? But that dude said it in there. He said especially in black relationships, any relationship discussion that don't take into account class is a joke. Shout out BGS because he brings that up. That whole octane model's a class thing. And BGS, if you listening, nothing but 92s up in there. Nothing but 92s. And they got the bag too. I was thinking about that as well too, because you got all these women talking about they want the bag, but honestly, for the ladies listening, and I'm looking at the brothers, I'm looking at the women, they got on their arms. if you don't have a certain thing, if you got tattoos or something like that, you want one of those high post brothers, you better invest in like laser surgery or something like that. Real talk. Especially if that shit visible at all. If you gotta have one, that shit gotta be somewhere it can't be seen. And you might as well give up weaves and all that shit. Cause these brothers look like they didn't play. They went on no dealing with some baby mama with 4 kids by 5 guys. They went on that shit. These brothers look like they were thorough, ain't playing, masters of the universe, confident. They were standing confident, sharp. I was like, God damn. Actually, my type of dudes, really. That's who I actually prefer to hang out with. If people who don't know me well, they don't realize I don't really hang out with a lot of people because I got to hang out with a certain like caliber. If you got to be, you can have some street in you, but you really do got to be like Ghost and shit from the TV show Power. If you got some street in you, you're trying to elevate. Other than that, though, I ain't really dealing with it. And that's just me, man. That's just me. You can say what you want about it. All right, come on, dog. But yeah, that class thing really matter. People gotta think about that, like who you dealing with, what class you in. Because even myself, I tend to deal with like 92s. I get along better. Like I can deal with an 89. I can deal with 85, like short term. Not necessarily for a relationship, but if I gotta work with one. Oh wait, I don't work for anybody else. Okay, I guess I don't have to. I can deal with them when they checking me out when I get something from a dollar store or something. But other than that, 92 and above for a brother. And that's a key thing, especially for the men listening, man. You gotta figure out which, like, check out BGS's Octane series. He really need to write a book on it or do a paid video. Seriously, you really need to put that out because many men need to know exactly. They need to know exactly who feeling them, where they feeling, and that social class. I don't care how fine she is, how fat butt she is. Women really don't go across that class too much. Even when y'all hear instances of a woman who seemed like she a 92, but she messing with a Pookie and Ray. I mean, nothing's 100%. Even then, I always say, look at her background. And she's probably like that hood girl. Like on the TV show Power. If y'all watch that Power, they introduce a young girl to be probably a love interest of the character Tariq. But they both in private school, but she running drugs right along with him. She working for him. And you get something like that. When you get some women like that, the thing is, they're going to go with the type of man that imprinted them regardless. Y'all knows how all my shit like matches up if y'all really think about it. I might talk about something for 10 minutes and then talk about something else that don't seem totally unrelated, but then you start putting the stuff together. But other than that situation where they come from, people usually stay, women especially usually stay in their thing. Men, we, for the most part, men will cross over more. If she got a fat ass. But those are usually some dumb motherfuckers, though. Honestly. Because any man need to also keep that, especially men. You need to keep that shit in because you need to be able to get along with her. And trust me, if y'all not kind of on the same page, that shit come to hit you. that shit come to hit you. So anyway, right? That's all I got for today. I'm gonna hit y'all with some stuff tomorrow. Gotta go in and brother gotta get his salad. Cause let me tell you what, this is a health thing. I'm like not quite vegan, but I don't eat a lot of meat during the week. I really don't. Even when I do eat meat, it's just with my sons and stuff. So anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.